Thunder! 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 Thundercats! Ho! Greetings, Thundercats fans! We're back with another Thundercats review here on the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. Today, it's episode 10, Mandora the Evil Chaser, which aired on September 20th of 1985. It's me, Radical Ryan Hunter, and brother David, back for more hurrying and pursuing of Thundercats.
I'm here to chase evil.
Oh my god. Last episode, we got Willa. We got another strong female character this week, so I don't want to hear anyone say in the 80s that there was no strong female characters. This is 2 episodes back to back with 2 females that clearly held the plot and are strong, independent women.
And a little bit of resting bitch face on Mandora at times.
Is it that, or is it just her voice? This is the start of one of our newest characters, Mandora, which will become a recurring character on Thundercat. Where she comes from, outer space, she's quite mysterious.
She's coming from the penal planet.
She does say penal planet, right?
Yeah, the penal planet, like penal codes.
Very literal. Of course she would live on a penal planet. So one day while taking a stroll, Lion-O and Snarf stumble upon a huge metallic cell-like box, which looked like to me one of those moving crate, gigantic pods. Yeah, right? So in the future, when those pods don't disintegrate from Third Earth, Mandora will use them to hold criminals in the future.
Except for it had like one of the round like things you'd see on like a submarine, to open and close the hatch.
Right. Lion-O hears noises coming from within the box. Lion-O quickly opens it, not paying heed to Snarf's protest or the word danger clearly printed on the container.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I was going to say, even if it was written in a language that the person didn't understand, I didn't see any markings.
I didn't either. But according to this, it says danger in bold print. Snarf noticed it.
Who knew?
2 of the cell's occupants burst through and disappear among the long grass. The third occupant, Quick Pick, a gangly green insect-like robot, helps to pick up Lion-O and Snarf before he too leaves. Suddenly, Lion-O and Snarf realize that they have both been robbed. The robot stole both the Sword of Omens and Snarf's secret coin purse. The 2 scour the grass for the perpetrator, but fail to locate him. So Snarf, yes, he has been carrying his coin purse, which have Jaga silver dollars and Thunderian coins.
I put down stolen Sword of Omens and Snarf's coin purse with Jaga commemorative coins. I said, was Jaga also the president or something of Mandora?
What did they do back in the day? Like, he was their warrior, so he put them on money, I guess? My Jaga commemorative coins!
My commemorative Cats of America plate set from the... How dare you?
You know, Quick Pick makes his debut in this episode. David, I don't know if it's because we just did vibes on the main channel, like our main videos, but Quick Pick always reminds me of Jeff Goldblum.
That's a stretch.
Since I was a kid, something about the way he talks or the way he moves.
Oh, maybe his demeanor is... I don't know. I never thought of it.
Jeff Goldblum, Grasshopper.
Maybe because he was the Fly at one point, too.
Maybe. That makes more sense.
But you're talking more about his demeanor and the way he speaks.
I'm telling you, since I was a kid watching reruns, I thought he reminded me of Jeff Goldblum.
Most of Jeff Goldblum's characters, unless he's just playing himself, because I don't know him personally, come off as very intelligent, reserved, but also...
neurotic?
But like, not snarky.
He's like, he always plays intelligent characters that kind of like have not a condescending, but kind of...
Yes, slightly, but not quite.
Not like he's trying to be, it's just like natural, it feels like.
Yeah, he just plays with you a little bit.
And that's Quick Pick, evidently. A green grasshopper robot, I think, is Jeff Goldblum, so who's to say? Suddenly, Mandora, Officer First Class of the Interplanetary Control Force, zooms in on her ecto-charger. This is not Ghostbusters ecto anything. It's an ecto-charger, though.
There's one thing that she says that I'm going to tell you. She goes, "What do you people think you're doing?" And I put, "You people?"
Oh, yeah, she does say you
Racist
people.
against cat people? You people?
Know, she's back at it.
But she says it, obviously, because she thinks that they are part of Third Earth, because she's never maybe seen them, and she thinks they're like a lower life form. That's horrible to say, but, I mean, remember when the mutants came? They're like, oh, some primitive things. And Sly was like, this ain't a sightseeing tour. You didn't pay $5 to go see the Statue of Liberty.
Park.
You know, whatever. So again, she equates them to being kind of Neanderthal.
It's because they're cat too. She's like, oh.
Below intelligence, yeah, she's like, oh God, cats, I don't even clean my own litter box.
I'll say that Mandora is a blonde, very strong voiced character. Again, Lynne Lipton, our Chitara, playing another female character. And at this point, she's probably like, well, what the hell else can I do but go, Mandora, evil enforcer, I'm gonna talk like this.
She's like a cross between, she's very militant.
Yes, very militant. RoboCop-esque, because she's kind of got like this visor over her eyes, like a Cyclops kind of thing, but she's got this beautiful long blonde ponytail and this like leotard.
She's got her Ariana Grande ponytail.
She don't got her ears though, her cat ears. She's not a fan of cats yet. Furious upon seeing the empty cell, she informs Lionel that the 3 prisoners that he released are the galactic's most wanted criminals. Doesn't she say it like that?
You know what's really funny also is mumm-ra is really not on anybody's radar. If there was this galactic, wouldn't they go after him? He's pretty evil, although he doesn't, not until much later on, does not leave Third Earth, so maybe he's not galactic. But in his own mind, he rules the universe.
Definitely.
Or he will.
Definitely.
But he hasn't left the pyramid. He's like delusions of grandeur again.
I mean, I guess he is the strongest person on Third Earth, but she had temporarily placed them in that cell until they could be taken to the Gray Penal Planet. So David's right. She's taking them to the Penal Planet. The 3 then climb onto the Ectocharger and head off to capture the 3. So she doesn't even give them an option, David. She's like, you're coming with me. We gotta get them if you're good, or something like that, right? She's like, if you're really good, you're gonna come with us.
I think she needed them because she didn't know the lay of the land.
Get on my Ectocharger.
She didn't say get on my disco stick, Lady Gaga.
To bring up Thundercats Roar, the now canceled reboot, the comedy reboot, they had Mandora. They had her more serious than ever. She was they had her like hardcore in the reboot. But she's there again. And in the reboot, she will arrest anybody, even Thundercats or anything. Anyone who disobeys the law, she don't care if you're good, bad, or in between. This Mandora realizes that Lionel might be decent.
You made it sound like a little New Yorker for a little bit at the end. Decent.
It seems like she's almost like she does this deeper voice, but it's very robotic.
Evil Chaser First Class Mandora, Interplanetary Control Force. Now, let's recover the perpetrators. It's every citizen of the galaxy's business. We'll start first with Plutar. He comes from the dark planet Onyx and will naturally seek gassy swamps.
Yeah, it's very
monotone.
Yeah, monotone. Very
well. You know, when you come from the penal planet, one of the criminals, Plutar, I believe, an alien with a toxic touch, comes across the living ooze. So if things weren't bad enough on Third Earth, there is a living ooze that looks like Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. He kind of, right? He looks like a slimy.
Well, he is slime. He is slime. He's basically like if you came across a swilly, stagnant swamp. That's honestly what it looks like. He's very
green.
And basically, they have a pissing contest. He's like Plutar, whatever his name is like, you call this destroying a planet? And the slime is like, I don't need your help. I could do it myself in my own
You're
time.
right, they are.
And he's like, I have destroyed planets. And you're just over here in this little blob area. It's like
they really are. Thank you I totally forgot about that, but you're right. And you know, I gotta give it up to them. You could tell it's all the same poor actors. It's like, it's Monkeyin's voice and Slide's voice. And he's going like, like, you, living ooze, if we work together. And the living ooze is like, yeah, like, let's join forces. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're working together.
He basically, but the living ooze comes up with it, says if these people are coming coming, because he says Mandora will be coming for him. Between your blight and decay and rot on one side and me here, you will trap them, basically.
Yes,
That's
because
what he
you're right.
says.
Plutar, anything he touch, that's destroyed.
And he destroys
So
planets.
it's Captain Planet's really what needed between this toxic ooze and this Plundar. It actually sounds like it would be a villain on Dr. Blight. That's exactly what I was thinking.
The power is yours.
When Mandora, Lion-O, and Snarf reach the living ooze, the living slime grabs all three of them as well as their bike, trapping them in itself. Plutar reveals himself as well, but before he could do any damage, Mandora grabs the enzyme catalyzer from her bike and fires it at the ooze.
After she cleans out the goo because it got in.
Oh yeah, she slams that.
Plutar tells the slime, don't let her get to that because she's got a powerful weapon on board. And he also calls Lion-O a cub. What is it? I want people to call me
Everyone
a cub.
just knows he's young.
I want to be young.
Words out. They smell it on him. Boy cub. He didn't call him boy cub,
cub. And then Plutar tries to get to Mandora before she gets to her weapon. And the ooze grabs him too. It's like,
I'm
whatever.
taking everything. The living ooze will not go down.
I got you now.
Her second salvo targets Plutar, and then he is disabled as well. So get this, everybody. You want to know what she used against this villain to stop them?
Atomized soap.
It's an old thing called soap. That's all. So that means that no one washes themselves in any of them.
Wait a minute. Did you hear about that story about the guy who didn't know he had to wash his butt? He's 20-something years old. And I don't know. I saw it on some kind of news feed. This guy was talking to his girlfriend or something, and basically it told her he didn't. They basically come to realize he didn't know he had to wash inside his cheeks.
How did they?
So for 23 years,
they didn't realize it was her stench leaving his ass. The living ooze.
Oh God, I don't know. The living ooze was coming out of there.
So,
anyway.
But that means that it's an ancient thing, is soap. So either they've evolved to the point that soap isn't needed anymore. There's like something else, or nobody bathes themselves.
Or maybe at the cat's lair, they're all licking themselves.
That's right. Mumm-ra. Oh God, they lick themselves clean.
No, I have to watch this too. This is worse than when they redid Cats. with Taylor Swift. I remember when this was First Earth.
I remember Cats, the movie.
Can you, Cub, say that you were at the premiere of Cats at the ArcLight Theater in West Hollywood?
True. I was me, Mumm-ra, the ever living. So, as Lion-O and Snarf are waiting for Mandora, who have taken Plundar back to the cell, they spot the second criminal, luckily enough, a massive tank-like robot now known as Burnout.
Okay, also known as... From She-Ra, known as the Monstroid.
Tank, right? That tank thing? Zipper?
It was that Monstroid thing with the big mouth that was looked like a straw.
Yeah, like almost like a mosquito nose thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Monstroid.
But yeah, so this is Burnout. Lion-O stops Burnout from running over an innocent deer. Then he takes on the mechanical monstrosity, and while the two battle it out, Mandora arrives. Using her boomerang, that is right, that's one of her signature weapons, a boomerang, and a little help from Lion-O, Burnout is defeated. This time, Mandora entrusts Lion-O to transport Burnout to the cell while she tries to locate Quick Pick using her tracker. So at this point, she's like, okay, she's got enough confidence that he could deliver them to the cell.
But he does go, as you can see, I'm very good with instructions.
Oh, I did notice.
Or something like that.
You know what?
I took that as a little naughty, but for me.
I think I saw that.
But like kind of funny.
I think I might have wrote that, yeah. He says, I'm a quick learner. I'm a ... quick ... learner.
With instructions? Does he say with instructions?
I just wrote that in my
like
notes.
That.
Also, as she nears Quick Pick's location, Mandora is grabbed by hands emerging from the holes in the ground.
Well, that's because just look at her. When she ripped off her outfit to get to the she's quite voluptuous. She had a one-piece thing with the off the shoulder.
Her 80s outfit, her 80s spandex.
I loved it.
So the captors turn out to be mud hogs, who have also nabbed Quick Pick. When Lion-O and Snarf return from returning Burnout to his cell, they are all sieged by the mud hog. David, were you reminded of Silent Hill at this moment? They tie them to a wooden post, and they got their heads underneath, like burning. Like it reminds me of that cop from the Silent Hill movie. movie that's gonna take on.
Oh God, yeah. She says that.
Actually from the one from The Walking Dead. Remember,
Was it?
Andrea from the Walking.
That
Yeah,
was
isn't that crazy?
Andrea?
I found out years.
I honestly didn't
It was
know that
Andrea.
because
So she plays a tough
cookie.
they tie them to ladders and they put their heads through holes in the ground that I guess they're gonna be eaten by some kind of
by birds and buzzards and scorpions.
They're throwing birdseed on us, Lion-O. After a little urging from Mandora and Lion-O, Quick Pick steals the Sword of Omens from the Mudhog King, who has taken it from him when he was captured. As soon as he grabs the sword, the Mudhogs realize their captor's plan and lunge into him. He tosses it to Lion-O, who uses his trusty blade to call the other Thundercats.
He says, within my hand, this guarantees victory or our freedom or something like that.
Oh, that's right. He does grandstand a little. In my hand, this will guarantee our freedom. The familiar roar of the Thunder Tank's engine is heard soon enough as it crashes.
And then Snarf is like, they're going to overtake us! He doesn't want to hurt them, right?
No,
yeah. Lion-O doesn't want to hurt them, but they're going to overtake them.
So the Thundercat crashes into the Mudhog's underground lair. Then instead of firing the cat's blaster at them, Panthro opts to use the tank's powerful headlights to temporarily blind the Mudhogs, sending them fleeing. I guess what did he think that was gonna?
Said he knows something better because they're underground dwellers. They don't like sunlight.
The mole men.
The mole men. Yeah, they're blinded. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a.
So back at Cat's lair, the Thundercats are discussing the day's event, while Snarf is still wants his damn coin purse, which is still he's never gotten back. But at that moment,
Snarf, my commemorative Chaga coin.
Why was he bringing that around with him, though? He should have kept that at home. Evidently they're not using it in Third Earth.
I want to know exactly where he had it stashed because you never see it under that far.
Does Snarf have a pouch inside somewhere?
Maybe.
Snarf. At that moment, Panthro steps in with the purse and hands it over to Snarf, telling him that Mandora left it for him. So that was nice that Mandora left the money for him, and she likes the Thundercats. She's kind of warmed up to their feline bodies.
Mandora only took a couple of coins for the subway and left the rest for you.
Charger. I gotta fill it up on the penile planet. So making his debut in this episode is Quick Pick, an initial negative character who by the end turns good. I think he just kind of...
He also spearheads the term Quick Pick when you're picking out lotto tickets.
That's what happens!
At 7-Eleven or a Circle K or wherever else you buy.
He will also appear in future episodes. This episode marks the debut of Mandora, who will go on to become one of the Thundercats' most trusted allies. Snarf makes reference to a Thunderian currency when he mentions his Tricentennial Thundercat $50 and his lucky Jaga penny, which were in his coin purse. Mandora refers to soap as an ancient formula, indicating that Third Earth is our Earth by many centuries in the future, like David always says. And this is the first and only time that we see Snarf's coin purse. That's probably because he's kept it at home in his drawer.
If he keeps it with the Sword of Omens, it's always going to get stolen.
God, that's so true. Sure enough, like David said, we went from an episode that was jam-packed in the Garden of Delights.
Characters
and now we go to Mandora, which it does set up new characters, but it is more of on the slower side. It wasn't really like a gigantic, exciting episode. We got like generic villains. We introduced Mandora.
We got a Monstroid from She-Ra.
We got the Monstroids from She-Ra. What else did we get? We learned that there's a living ooze.
Well, she killed it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She killed the living ooze. She got rid of it. There was a living ooze.
Now, right there's a field of suds. The field of soap. Now, I guess. So that was Mandora the Evil Chaser. Oh my god, we're only up to episode 10, David.
And all I have to say is, what do you people think you're doing? What do you people think you're doing?
What are you people?
You people.
You people.
I mean, we're reading into it, really, honestly. But at the same time,
when you word things like you people. The Thundercats Wikipedia says that Mandora, aka the Evil Chaser, is a cop who patrols space, apprehending criminals and doing her best to keep them that way. Once in custody, those found guilty of their crimes are sent to the Great Penile Planet. The upper half of her face is never seen during the course of the series. It is covered by a visor that may house a heads-up display and visual enhancement technology. That, or she might not even have eyes. God knows what she's got under those. Mandora is very headstrong and does not let her guard down even for a moment. She is brave and fiercely determined in catching any and all criminals. To succeed in this quest of hers, Mandora is armed with some of the most high-tech weapons and equipment. So?
Well, I guess in this instance, because of the thing that she was apprehending, I don't know.
That's true. I guess she fine-tunes it. Her weapon of choice is an enzyme catalaser. She's also in possession of electronic boomerangs. Not to be confused with Zelda's 2 boomerangs. The silver boomerang, the wooden boomerang.
Or the woo-woo wand.
She can also control the boomerang with her helmet. Her visor in her helmet is also capable of shooting laser beams. She rides the electronic charger, which is a modified flying motorcycle capable of space travel. So that is Mandora. We will see this beautiful woman again.
Evil chaser. Beautiful evil chaser.
Yeah, they call her Mandora, aka she's kind of like a one-trick pony, honestly. All she cares about is crime. Her life is going after criminals. And you kind of feel that she never really has a day off, and if she is, she's not really enjoying herself.
She's thinking about trying to get criminals.
Yeah, honestly.
Or how she can fix her weapons to get more criminals. Well, that's it. She definitely has a purpose.
Oh my god. And voiced by Lynne Lipton, it says. Of course. Who hasn't this woman voiced? Who hasn't she voiced? Let me just tell you, this is a side note, Thundercat fans. Cheetara, Wily Kit, Mandora, Willa, Nada, the Unicorn Keepers, Robert Bell, Wolo Brides. I'm not even going to give the other characters because they're spoilers. I mean, everybody. She voices everybody.
Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god, she was originally hired for the role of Mrs. Houseman in the film Dirty Dancing, but she had to leave the film due to illness.
Oh.
She often uses a handheld video camera to record the Thundercats voice recording sessions back in the 80s. She was ahead of her time. She was ahead of her time. I love that.
She's got, what do you call it? She's got Caputo. Isn't that what the Long Island medium does? She records with a little handheld cassette thing.
She provided the voice of every single female character on the show. Quite an amazing feat for any voice actor.
I would say.
Her workload reduced a bit for the remaining seasons when another female voice actress was finally hired.
They're like, we sold enough action figures now. we sold enough Thunder Tanks. Now we can hire another woman.
I would have been like, what do you mean? I can't do another voice? How dare you? How dare you not think I can do another female voice on this show?
What if I stab myself in the hand while I'm talking? The pain will make me sound like someone else. I mean, really.
You mean you don't want me to do this? I mean, I honestly give it up to Lynne Lipton, I gotta say. I love that. Future episodes, we will showcase other Thundercats voice talents.
We're not biased. He is biased. He only loves Grease too.
I gotta say, this woman, I love that she is really the voice of our childhood. She voiced everybody and everything. So that was Mandora. That was your history lesson of Lynne Lipton and her voicing every female Thundercat character on the show. She says she's still going.
She was the only nurse in the movie Pearl Harbor after the attack. I'm the only nurse. Get my lipstick out.
My Little Pony, everything.
You know what? Honestly, it's an amazing thing for a voiceover actor. That's what they do to have a full career and to do all that stuff. So that's good for them. I'm glad that she was a working voiceover actor.
And a matter of fact, in 2005, she portrayed the voice of Cheetara again in Family Guy, Stewie Griffin: The Untold Story.
Oh, I love it. Good for her.
She played Cheetara. So thank you again for joining us on another adventure through Third Earth. You can reach us at Universal Appeal 2020, all one word, for David, and the Radical Retro Rewind podcast, all one word, on Instagram as well as YouTube. Thank you again, Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh.
Oh.